Yorushika, the track by track listen through to second person. The album continues with this song, which is called Shura, and I didn't know the kanji, so I decided to check them in Google Translate, and apparently it means fighting. Although, thank you for adding scene of carnage as the... So I like this is where you go next. Chill, Google. You don't need to add this. It's like, I get it. Anyway. I'm really interested to check this one out. As I mentioned, I've really enjoyed this album so far. There's been a lot of twists and turns. I think the last song was probably one that hit me most emotionally, and that it was like really spoke to me as a person. Sounds so deep, doesn't it? Spoke to me as a person. And yeah, I think musically it was probably the one that didn't click with me as much as everything I'd heard. I liked it, but it just didn't. Maybe it's because I felt so emotionally resonant with it that I wanted the song to kind of click more with me. So I'm kind of interested to see how we pull around from that. I say pull around from it. I'm sure the other song, the last song, is very popular with a lot of people. I'm sure I'm the odd one out there. But I kind of feel like I want this to sort of pull things forwards now, maybe grab a little bit more, sort of resonate a little bit more clearly with me. Anyway, like I said, I've been enjoying this album. Let's check this out. This is Shura by Yorushika. Oh, we're back to the trumpets. We're in a few songs, so we're back. Back to the funkiness as well.
のようにお前が笑うとは知らなかった
Paper in the face, very nicely done. I really appreciated a lot of the things stylistically about this. A lot of fun. It's interesting because this song, in its own kind of strange way, is how to put this. This is a song that kind of goes back to that rather simple formula that we were discussing before that seems to be one of the strengths of this album, in that just kind of getting this funky chord that's just kind of perfect and just kind of letting it ride out, allowing the intricacies and the delicacies of the very human performances by the musicians to really give extra life to the songs. You push them up and make them extra interesting. And for me, that's it. It's an album that seems to mostly rely on the nuances and delicacies of the performance after an interesting chorus being structured for the various songs. What was intriguing about this one is that not only did it do that, but I think it also had a nice little bit of a crescendo towards the end. I think this is kind of what the last song was maybe missing a little bit, is it didn't change fundamentally at the end. It just kind of allowed just at least little bit of extra bits of expression. You got that drum fill, which was really nice just before the last chorus. The saxophones built up and everything just kind of took on a little bit of extra. You could just feel the enthusiasm coming through the musicianships, and then you kind of launch into that last chorus. It felt like it just about clicked in all of the right ways. Ultimately, I think the funny thing is this still is one of those songs where, of all the songs I've heard so far, this one probably still does come in maybe not at the top. I'm gonna have to go back and check, but I remember really liking these two. I think the following two songs, I feel very much like this one's kind of got like a real emotional connection that makes me want to like the song more, but in a lot of ways this really does hit me quite hard. It didn't quite grab me as a song. This one definitely feels like it's more there, but it just kind of feels like it's an interesting that this actually is a single at all, because this feels like it's in a very interesting middle place where it kind of has all the qualities that you want actually from an album track. It's got a good groove, kind of funky, you can kind of stay with it, enjoy it. It just kind of carries you through to the end. It has a nice ending that it builds up to, but it's not like the catchiest or most unique song that's going to make you think, oh, that's a standout one I have to come back to on its own. This just feels like a solid album track. It just feels like a song that you can just kind of switch off and groove to and just kind of let it do its thing, and it takes you through to the end. I mean, that might be one, as I said, usually I would say that a song is a single if someone's put enough money and effort in to have a music video created for it. So when I see this with a music video, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's maybe what they're going for. Is that this is like a song they would have put front and center, but then the music video itself seems to have a lot of references to. Again, I haven't seen enough of their videos, but I think it has a lot of references to their other music videos from little clips and images and thumbnails I've seen. So that's making me think that this is maybe one of those ones where, in my head, I'm putting together this narrative myself. I can imagine the album, all of the singles come out, and then this is just like the last one. They go, well, everyone enjoyed the album, so we'll give one more music video for one more song. Let's do this one. It will have like little references to previous music videos. That's what I feel like is happening here. I might be way off on that, but I got the feeling there was a lot of hints to previous ones. Or I don't know if the song's just considered a direct sequel to one of the other singles, because sometimes you can get songs that have narrative follow-ons from previous songs. So Yorushka fans, just get in there and let me know, because I'm really interested to know if someone can answer that question for me. I would certainly say though that this is definitely a music video and a song that feels like it's just got a nice chilled out. It's not trying to be anything too spectacular or too much. I mean, as I mentioned, the music video's main thing is it's trying to evoke a lot of emotion, mostly in what's missing rather than what's there. It's one of those things where it gives you little bits and allows you to fill in the gaps. You know how they often say, like with a book, books have better pictures than TV because of the fact that, you read the words and then, okay, the words tell you what's happening. But really, the words are just kind of triggers to make you imagine the rest of the scene for yourself. And then your imagination makes it much more interesting. Everyone who reads a book, they all see this scene vividly, and yet they're all probably seeing totally different things. And I feel like this music video kind of plays a similar game there, and that like we see this, and in your head you can fill in the rest of the gaps, and you're kind of imagining what kind of station is, the mood and everything, but really there's very little on screen. It's like you really have to paint the rest of the picture for yourself. And I think that in that sense the music video is very nice, and that it does a lot of suggesting. I mean, this is the nearest the video gets to really being too specific about the mood. Everything else is pretty much just blank spaces that you're allowed to fill in for yourself, even when you're sitting next to a demon, a little Oni man sitting next to you. So I would say personally that I think that this had a lot of cool ideas, a lot of things going for it. But you know, it kind of it's not like the standout hit of the album. It's just kind of a nice groove. As I say, I appreciated a music video. It's a good music video, but mostly this just feels like a nice addition to the album, a nice album track, a song that just gets you back into that groove. And I'm looking forward to what happens next. Now, I know this song is a big single, the next one, and I think there is a possibility I have probably heard this in the past. I'm going to do it as the next reaction though because I can't remember for sure. I think there's a good possibility it might have come up on a Twitch stream, and just this song was so famous because I remember that thumbnail, and that's the one with the octopus dude, isn't it? Yeah, the one that I was just talking about a minute ago. I think there is a possibility I've heard this before. I'm going to do a first reaction to it anyway. If it turns out I've heard it before and I've got nothing too interesting to say, I might skip over it for the next video. But I'm imagining I'll probably have something interesting to say because if I have heard it, I heard it not recently. I know this is a 2026 album, but I'm sure this song must be at least a couple of years old. Anyway, we'll find out. We'll find out together. And that'll be the next reaction, or if it's not, I'll tell you why I skipped it. But there you go. Those are my thoughts as always. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon for the next one of these, for now, ciao, ciao.